at a funeral, at a sporting event, at a wedding, because I've solved problems. It's not because they bought life insurance. I'm done.
Woo. All right. Well, part B of that question is, if you had to start all over today and didn't buy leads, how would you get your first 10 clients and first 10 referrals?
If.
That's the question.
No, that would be the answer. I would go out and ask a bunch of questions. If I could put you in a position better off than you are today, not filing tax returns or paying less tax, if. And then talk to those people who say, yes, I'd like that. Okay, stand over here. I'll get back to you. And then tell someone else. If. My son came to me years ago and said, Dad, I'm going to make $1 million a year on the word if. If. And he's going to. And all he does is ask questions. Take the Van Mueller approach, communication.
Yeah, Van. I think the Van's approach is right on the money. I think it's how you would do it. You would just start with one. All you need is one to start.
Learn to ask 5 questions as brilliantly as he is, and you'll write 300 apps in 4 months.
Actually, Tom, 400 apps.
Well, let's get it right, damn it.
No, but please, you guys, everybody, it's what I'm hoping you're seeing, I'm begging that you're seeing. I hope you see how much fun I'm having. This is supposed to be fun. This is amazing. The benefit I get is way bigger than just money. I get to meet interesting people, and please get this, Americans love to give their opinion. And so I'm out there asking for their opinions about, are you worried about this? Please, there's just 2 things I want to leave you with, because it's hot right now. And I want you to be able to ask some questions that will kill. The hottest question in the insurance business right now is, what's the best age to take your Social Security? And you know the reason we're asking you that is because 93% of the people, and it's the same in Canada, by the way. When I'm in Canada, I say, what's the best age to take your RRSP? And the reason is that 93% of the people take the benefit to their detriment. Do you know that 90% of Americans take Social Security before even their full retirement age? So what if there was a way that you could easily maximize this benefit? Wouldn't you want to know about it? And if I promise, all I'm going to do is ask you some questions that'll help you clarify exactly how you can do that. I promise I won't sell you anything, and I'll make you a deal. You'll be so pleased with the information that when I'm done, you'll walk me to my car and hold my car door for me. Fair enough? And they say, okay. And I said, there's another little transition I throw in there. I say, even if you don't do anything, at the very least, wouldn't you want to know? Come on. See, I'm not, oh my God, I got the greatest of all time. I never do that. I say to them, come on, at the very least, it's got to be worth 45 minutes of your time. I want to close with this one more little question. So the lady in the grocery store, and I want you to get how important what I'm about to say to you is. I'm shortening this because I want to be respectful to the other members that are doing this. So watch, this is very easy. I say to everybody now, I've done it with existing customers and made sales. I say, can I ask you something? We're so worried about everything that's going on with COVID-19. We're not even sure we're offering the right advice anymore. And gosh, you could help me a ton if I could just ask you a couple of questions. I really love your opinion about a couple of things. It would help me to do a better job for my customers. It would be okay. And they go, sure, because they want to help you. So I say, do you think it would be more beneficial? I took the word smarter out of my vocabulary, because when you use that word, like Tom Hagen says, the word matters. You're attacking their intelligence. I don't do that. I say, would it be more beneficial to take a tax deduction now when taxes are historically low and build it into a gigantic pile of money down the road when the government's certainly going to need more revenue, get taxes at any level they want? Or would it be more beneficial to pay your taxes now when they're as historically as low as they'll probably ever be, and build a big pile of money that the government could never get their hands on ever again? And I say, now this is really important. This is the part you have to help me with. Which would be more beneficial for you and your family, the first one or the second one? And they look at me cross-eyed every single time and they go, well, come on, that's easy. It's the second one. And I said, well, boy, doesn't that raise another question? And I go, what's that? Why are you doing the first one? The lady looked at me and she said, my God, we didn't even realize it. See, people are taught about the tax deductibility. They're not taught about the dangers of tax deferral. We are building enormous piles of money for the Internal Revenue Service and the government to access at any level they want in the future. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, would you prefer to be in control of what number that is, or would you want to trust that the government and the Internal Revenue Service will have your back? See, those are really hot questions right now. You can do them anywhere. Yeah, please, I don't even get invited to dinner parties anymore because nobody talks to anybody but me. I'm sitting in the corner of the dinner party and I'm asking people all these questions. I'm making sales. They don't even want to go eat. They want to, I want to. That's how fun this gets. Everywhere you go, because you're asking for their opinion, Americans love to give their opinion. Hope that helps.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Jim,
any thoughts on how you'd get your first 10?
Well, I think that, you start with one. I think that's how that, I mean, I would probably go to social media today in my own community. I would just do that. That would be first step. But I wanted to highlight something that Van just said, because I think, and I love sort of putting some of his words into just a straight up phrase. Think about what he said. He said that how about the dangers of tax deferral are hidden by the benefits of tax deductibility. And man, that applies in Canada and the United States. You realize that's a huge thing. Something else that Van said is absolutely true here in Canada. People, they don't know when to take their Canada pension plan. When they get their Social Security here in Canada, they don't know when. And it's interesting, if you were asking that question, what's the right day, or the right time to do this? Do you do it when you're 60, when you're 65, or do you wait until you have to when you're 70? And what's the advantage of all of that? I mean, again, it goes right back to questions, and it can start with one person. I think you heard that from Tom. I think you heard that from Van. And you can ask questions like, I know there's a guy here in this call, a guy that I know from London, Ontario. And Stuart, honestly, you think about that, just think you could start any discussion, but simply that, when do you think it's the best time to take your Canada pension plan benefits? And would you like to know when it was optimized, to use a word from Tom Hegner? So I just want to outline that one thing, though, that Van said. I thought that was genius. Van, I'll give you full credit for 48 hours as per usual. Then, of course, it'll be my idea. But think about this, man. This is everywhere in all kinds of plans in Canada. The Registered Retirement Savings Plan. The dangers of tax deferral are hidden by the benefits of tax deductibility. Man. Never heard that from you, Van.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I've already wrote that down. I like that better than anything I've said today.
But it was brilliant. But it's that concept, and of course, that's what I do for a living. Pull these, and such gems come out of this. I've got pages of notes already from what you guys are saying, and I'm supposed to be giving advice. I'm just getting it here today. David.
Awesome.
David.
Yes, Tom.
Two things. The most powerful words as a salesman, and especially if used with someone who has dissed you, ghosted you, who is better than you, who believes you don't know crap. The most powerful words in selling, I want your opinion. And I'll tell you why. The guy who dissed you will give you one. All of a sudden, he or she will talk to you because they will have no problem telling you why you are a fool. So they'll give you the appointment. The most powerful words, I would like your opinion. I value your opinion. So the next time you have someone who has dissed you, or is difficult, or has turned you down, Give them a call and say, look, I need some help. And I value your opinion. See what that does for you. And then second, Van started with his 5 questions. I want to give you 3 of mine that have really turned into a very easy process then into the solution. I'm going to ask you 3 questions just to get an idea of where you are financially, mentally in your life. Question number 1, is it your goal and objective each year that you're in business to make more money than the year before? And of course, that's why you hire financial people. You want to make more money. Question number 2, on the day that you retire, would you like your first retirement check to be at least as large as your last employment check? Or do you want a pay cut? Now, I've never had anyone say, I want a pay cut. I have had people who have enjoyed less income, but that's because they failed to plan. It's not because they went out and planned to fail. And the third question we've already talked about, do you believe over your lifetime that personal income tax rates have got to go up? Yes. So let's review the yeses of these 3 questions. I want to make more. People, that's called bracket creep. You don't have to have a change in the tax code. You will pay more. Question number 2, if you have deferred all of this, like I did in a 20% bracket, for the privilege of retiring in a 37% tax bracket, they go back and adjust your contributions. I know I'm going to pay 37 on the gain. They're going to go back and adjust what I put in to reflect the bracket. Question number 3, taxes are going to go up. Let me share with you what you just admitted for the first time in your adult life. Today represents the lowest income tax bracket of forever. Why are you doing what you're doing? Please help me understand how you think you can win this game. And then I joke, wouldn't it be cool on the refund check you get from the IRS? In the memo section, it doesn't say refund, it says postponement. I wonder how many people would cash the check. Depositing money into a qualified retirement plan does not lower your tax bill. It lowers what you temporarily write the check for. You don't lower your obligation. And heaven forbid if you should succeed, spelled S-U-C-K-S-E-E-D. And again, I've never had anyone in 50 years say, make sure I retire broke, or make sure I retire on less money. Well, the financial industry is putting people in harm's way because they are not responsible to help them understand the implications of the financial decisions they've already made. That's what I want to do. I don't care if you buy anything or not. I'm going to give you 3 promises. Number 1, this is all going to be about you. If you ask me what I'm doing, I'll be glad to tell you, but this meeting is about you. Number 2, this is education only. I'm going to teach you what the rules of the game are so that you do not bring a hockey puck to a baseball diamond asking to play. And promise number 3, I really don't care if you do this or not, because you have to see the benefit. This hasn't coming from me saying you have to, you should. I got out of the recommending business 7 years ago. I quit selling 7 years ago, and my sales have quadrupled. Learn how to stop selling and educate. This stuff sells itself day in and day out. Simply learn how to communicate with people. David.
You can tell we're not planting seeds, we're throwing bombs. These are some great bombs.